Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to make some vegan chocolate cake. I use Duncan Hines dark chocolate fudge mix because it doesn't have eggs. It tells you to add the eggs. I'll just use like an egg replacement. But dark chocolate fudge makes the best chocolate cake in my opinion. Oops. First step, preheat oven to 350. There we go, it's doing it. The second step, spray the bottom of the pans with PAM baking spray. The baking sprays kind of scare me, honestly. I feel like there's some chemical in them from, like, what's that company called that made Teflon? It's gonna give me cancer or something. Of course, my baking pans probably aren't much better, but these are both 9-inch, so they're the same size. And I'm gonna use olive oil instead. So paper towel and some olive oil. This is gonna be great video quality, guys. Excellent. Alright, the next step is going to be to blend the cake mix, the water, where did it say that? Oh yeah, okay, water and eggs and oil in a large bowl on low speed. So I have all the ingredients except for eggs, so we're going to have to make our egg replacement. It's made out of, it's going to sound crazy, but it's made out of curdled soy milk, which is basically what buttermilk is. Buttermilk is like curdled milk, so it's not that crazy, okay? And I learned from Freya on the Great British Baking Show how to make this, tweaked by ChatGPT. So I use soy milk, and then I curdle it with lemon juice. Soy milk, lemon juice. Okay. And I use 1/4 of a cup of soy milk and 1 teaspoon of lemon juice for each egg. So for 3 eggs. But you have to heat up the milk first to denature the proteins, to help it curdle or something. I don't know. I know you have to heat up the soy milk to denature the proteins, and then that helps somehow. I don't know how all that works, but we're gonna do that. Okay, 3 eggs, so 3/4 cups. Alright, it was pretty much the same each time, you know. Alright, for this amount of soy milk, I think like 45 seconds to a minute is good. Ugh, that was loud. Less than 45 seconds. Okay, the soy milk has been heated for 45 seconds. Could have been a minute, whatever. Now for each egg, it's 1/4 of a cup of soy milk and 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. I lost my teaspoon. This is the biggest teaspoon measurement that I have. So it's gonna be 9 of these to make 1 teaspoon for the 3 eggs, you know. Six, 7, 8, 9. Mostly the same each time. Yeah, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna stir it up. And I'm supposed to let it sit for like 5 minutes or so. Okay, now we're supposed to add everything in this bowl and then stir it up. I have this cool like handheld mixer that I got as a wedding gift from one of my aunts. I don't have a fancy countertop mixer because that's a little extra. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna whisk it manually. I'm gonna use my little thingy, but the whole bowl that sits on the countertop, that's just too much. For safety, I'm gonna put these in before I plug it in because I'm really clumsy and I have turned it on before while I'm doing this and it hurt. Alright, this is the mix. So that was all the hard work. We just bought the hard work. That box, by the way, it cost $1.12, so worth it. Next it says, let's see, the box says to use 1 cup of water. I'm gonna use milk, or soy milk, because this is vegan. And because I don't want to wash dishes, I'm just gonna use the 4th cup to do it. So, oops. That means the oven's preheated. Yeah. Oh, oops. It's about a cup. Whatever. Close enough. Okay. 3 large eggs. It's, this stuff, the vegan buttermilk. It's all curdled and stuff. Didn't that sound appetizing? Delicious. Okay. 1/2 cup of vegetable oil. Again, I'm not washing dishes. I'm using the same thing. So I'll do 2 of these. Cool. And, I forgot to bring it over here, but I'm gonna grab some espresso powder because espresso makes chocolate taste better. Instant coffee. Like, I don't know, just, it's kind of random. That's not the same thing as espresso powder. Whatever. I'm sure it'll be fine. Cool. Oh man, now I got that all oily. Oh, I can't get it back on. Whatever. I'm sure it's fine. Okay. Now it says, let's see. It says mix on low speed until moistened and then medium speed for 2 minutes. 2 minutes is like a long time. Whatever. We'll see about that. Okay. Low speed. Okay, this is my batter after it's been mixed. It was mixed on, just like the instructions said, I mixed it on low just to combine it, and then I mixed it at medium for about 2 minutes. I didn't time it or anything, but it felt like 2 minutes. Okay, I greased my 2 pans, but I totally forgot. I kind of wanted to make like mini cakes, so I have this mold for the mini cakes. Let's see. 8 in there, so there's like 16 total. I remember when I bought this. I specifically remember because I really wanted to see Hayden Christensen at Comic Palooza, but it was too expensive to like go meet him. So instead I was like, oh, I'm sad, so I'm gonna make chocolate cake. And I bought these molds. I need 2 hands to open this. Okay. I just rinsed them out. I hope that doesn't affect the bake in a negative way. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Gotta get it in there somehow. I think I'll use a ladle. That seems like the appropriate tool. Oh yeah. That's preheated. That's my dog. Alright. Oh, yikes. I'm holding the phone with one hand. I'm not what you would call a pro YouTuber. I got inspired, let's see, today, I never really watched Penguins Zero before. Pretty popular YouTuber, you know, gaming content mostly. Well, no, he does a lot of stuff. But, so I was watching some of his stuff. Goodness, this is hard. Okay. Ooh, is that the right amount? Oh, goodness. Who knows? Yikes. Okay. So I was watching some of his stuff about, like, bad cooking videos, and that inspired me, because I was like, well, if those people can make cooking videos, then I'm gonna, you know, I cook poorly all the time, so, you know, trying to make my vegan food. So yeah, that inspired me to branch out a little bit. Yeah, sometimes I post videos of like my animals, and now I'm gonna post like some cooking things, because I have a really small channel and it's been kind of frustrating. I can't seem to grow it, so it doesn't really matter what I put up there. Just gonna do random stuff, whatever I feel like. Okay, this is gonna take a while, so I'm just gonna skip over this. Okay, they're all filled up. It's pretty much all the batter. Pretty much all in there. You know, it's mostly even. But I'm gonna like cut the tops off anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. There they are. I'm pretty sure they're supposed to be on the same shelf, but I was having a hard time putting them in there. I'm sure it's good enough. I set a timer for 30 minutes because I just feel like they're probably somewhere in between the bundt cakes and the 24 cupcakes. There's 16 of them, so I don't know. They're like somewhere in there. I mean, I'll stick like a stick in it after 30 minutes and we'll see if it looks done or whatever. It appears that I have overfilled some of them. This one is like over the edge and is spilling. Yikes. That's probably gonna start burning, and I gotta clean that. But the rest of them aren't quite done baking, so oh man. Oh no. Oh no. No. Oh. This is terrible. Yeah, that's gonna start burning. Okay, we're almost there. You can probably tell by the way that the light is kind of diffuse that it's got a little smoky in here because of the pieces that like drip down. I did panic and I turned the oven off for like a minute or two in the middle, but then I turned it back on because the cakes were definitely not done. So I hope that didn't affect the cooking too much, but like I did turn the oven off, so it probably cooled down, and then I like reheated it and then got back up to temperature because I was stressed out about making the smoke alarms go off. Okay. Okay. Turn everything off. I have the fan going. So I wonder if it'll be smoky if I like open that. Do I see any smoke? No. but I definitely see like burnt pieces down there. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna take like a chopstick because I don't have toothpicks, and try and skewer it in there. Oh, it came out clean. Ta-da! I just pulled them out of the oven. That's the culprit. That was the one that was dripping. In hindsight, I could have just put both of these on one baking tray, and then all of the drippage would have been caught in the baking tray. That would have been the smart thing to do. So next on the list, gotta cut off all the tops to make them level, and then dump them out onto this wire thing. Sorry, it's hazy because of the smoke from the oven, from the cake that fell onto the floor of the oven. But you're supposed to wait until they're cool before you cut through them, because if you cut them while they're hot, then it's like extra crumbly and they don't cut that nice. So I'm gonna wait as long as my patience will allow me to wait, and then we'll cut the tops off. That's gonna be a lot of cake though, so I was originally planning on just eating all of the muffin tops, but I'll have to put them in a Tupperware. I was supposed to run tonight, but I ran a half marathon. It was my best time ever. It was great. It was under 2 hours recently, and I've been really tired from that. So I decided to make chocolate cake instead. My little brother ran the half marathon with me. He beat me by 1 second. I bet he could have beat me by more though if he really tried. Okay, so sorry, it's kind of smoky. So I just cut the top off of this one, and it's fairly smooth, but I should have waited longer. I will wait longer for the rest of them. But man, is that from the haze? Is it really that smoky? Oh, yeah. But I did try a little bit of it, and it is very, very good. It's very, very tasty, and it is cooked. So I would consider that a win, despite the incident that we had with the, oh no, you can't eat this, I'm so sorry. Okay, I've waited about as long as I can handle. Sorry the fan is still going because of all the smoke, but I'm gonna cut the tops off of these and then put them in the Tupperware that I'm using to rest my phone against. Okay. Like that. Okay, oh no. Yeah, it's like a little muffin top. Alrighty, here's my flat cakes, normal little cakes, and here's all my muffin tops, which are beautiful and awesome all on their own. So these will just be eaten as muffin tops, and these I will make into cute little cakes, hopefully. Okay, so I finished cutting all of the muffin tops off, and then I just flipped them out. So this was the bottom, and so I just flipped them out onto here. That's where I cut off the top, so that's now going to be the bottom of the cake. It's pretty crumbly under there. It's because they're vegan cakes, they don't hold together as well. So I put a little piece of wax paper down there to collect all the crumbs, and because once the cakes are done, I do want to layer, what is it called? Cover them in ganache, I don't know. So I'm gonna pour that on there, and it's gonna kind of drip down the sides, and then I don't have to, it'll be easier to clean my counter. Cakes are usually tiered with at least 2 levels. So you do that either by stacking them like that, or by cutting them, and then you put a filling in, usually frosting. For chocolate cake, I like to use a berry kind of jam. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna cut all of these in half with this bread knife. And oh, my husband made this knife, by the way. Isn't that cool? He made that. He has a little forge that he made. Yeah, so I'm gonna cut them and then fill them with some jam, like a healthy-ish jam. I mean, I'm not pretending that these are healthy chocolate cakes by any means, but the jam I feel like should at least be tart. to kind of counter the sweetness. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna try not to screw this up, but I take one of my little cakes. Didn't they come out nice, actually? Pretty good little shape. I'm gonna try to cut it in half without massacring it. Like in the middle, and just like back and forth like that. It's not perfect, you know. The top is taller than the bottom, but it'll be covered up with the ganache afterward. Delicate little cakes, yeah. Vegan cakes don't hold together that well. Okay, so I'm using kind of like a tart. This one's pomegranate and cherry. Raspberry would also be cool. Oh, yikes, that's loud. Yikes. Yikes. Sorry, it's loud. This one also has some chia seeds in it, which are nice. Again, I'm not pretending that these are healthy, but the texture is at least kind of cool. Okay. I'm not measuring it. I don't know, just like a good amount. That. Oh no, it's like lopsided. Maybe it's supposed to be like. I think that's less lopsided. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna do that for all 14 of these. Yeah, 14. Okay, they are all sandwiched. They've all been cut and filled with jam and then put back together. While I was doing this with the knife, it was creating a lot of like reflections. That, and it's driving my cat crazy. So I'm glad she stayed over there. It's been difficult to keep her away. All right, so next we're gonna make the ganache. So to do this, it's like twice the amount of chocolate chips to cream, heavy whipping cream. So I did 2/3 chocolate chips, and I use Ghirardelli 72%. I like really dark chocolate. Now I'm gonna get my heavy whipping cream. Put the jam back. It is vegan heavy whipping cream. Silk makes a really good one, made out of water, coconut oil, other oils, fava bean protein. I'm pretty sure that's like garbanzo beans, and you know, other random stuff. So I got 2/3 cups of chocolate chips, and then it's going to be 1/3 cup of cream. And I'm going to heat up the cream in a saucepan. You're supposed to heat it, I'm shaking it because it kind of separates. You're supposed to heat it until bubbles start to form at the side. Okay, there's definitely bubbles starting to form at the side. I think there's supposed to be some steam coming up as well, though. I don't think I see that quite yet. There's definitely bubbles all around. Is it steaming? I don't know. Okay, you know what? That's good enough. Okay, now we pour the whole thing in here. Cover the chocolate chips. Ooh, it smells really good. It smells like coconut. Normal whipping cream doesn't smell like coconut. Oh no, don't look down the side. Oh man. Okay. Oops. Okay. It's my naughty cat. She's not supposed to be up here and she knows that. Okay, you're supposed to put this into a heat-proof bowl. I have no idea what that really means, I mean, maybe a ceramic bowl. I don't know. I don't have one. So, this is what we got. So I'm just gonna like, just cover the chocolate chips. Look at this. And you're supposed to let it sit for 1 minute or so. You're heating up the chocolate chips, letting them melt a little bit. Has it been a minute? I think it's been about a minute. Sure, why not? Okay, take the mixer again, and we're gonna keep it on low. We're just trying to, and it's supposed to look glossy. Keep it on low. Okay, well, it's not supposed to look like that. That looks really, really bad. But that was a lot of chocolate that I used, so I'm gonna try to save it. I happen to have a second one of these. So I think the first one, like, it's still okay to use in coffee or whatever, but I think it really needs to be kind of like a fresh one. I just opened the seal on that. I think that's the problem. It was just like too chunky. Yeah, it wasn't quite right. So it's also supposed to be kind of runny. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna heat up some more cream, get it nice and hot, throw it in there, and hope that fixes it. Although chocolate is kind of like, let me see. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I don't know. Chocolate is like notoriously temperamental, so I don't know if there really is any fixing that. Hi, naughty kitten. What are you doing? You naughty? You're beautiful. Yeah. And here's my other kitten. He's also beautiful. That's T'Challa. That's Shuri. Okay, that's good. Alright, we'll see if we can't fix this. Okay, I think we actually did kind of save it. That actually kind of looks right. It is still really, really thick and not pourable though, so we're gonna just do this process one more time. Alrighty. That's more like it. Pretty smooth. I'm just gonna pour it over each of these now. I'm gonna need 2 hands for that, so. Ugh. Oh goodness. Yikes. Whatever. Oh no. Oh boy. Okay. Oof. Yep. Oops. Dang it. Okay, now I'm gonna use this little thing and try and smooth it out. You know, kind of like that. Ugh. So yeah, that's how this is going. You can't like do that. Okay, this is sort of what they look like. I'm gonna try and even them out a little bit more. Some of them aren't so bad. I'll definitely, there's definitely a lot of cake showing through, especially back there. I think I can even it out just a little bit more. Okay, so this is kind of the finished result. I mean, the ganache is still going to set for a little bit longer. Yeah, they're pretty messy. But the cake tasted good, the jam was good, and the ganache was good, so I think that they'll taste great, even though they look like little mudslides. I'm gonna decorate them with this instant coffee. I like coffee a lot. I'm just gonna like dip that. Yeah. Pretty good. It feels weird decorating something that's so ugly. Putting lipstick on a pig, they say. Pretty sure that's an expression. Okay. Yeah. Cool. That looks better, right? I don't know. That's that. Good morning. Alrighty, this is the finished result. The ganache has set, and they look a lot better than they did last night. A lot more uniform now that it's all set. It kind of cracked on top. I don't really know how to fix that. Well, I guess I could have put it in like an airtight container or something. So we're gonna give this a shot. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. Very good. Very delicious. That's weird. It's kind of like leaking oil. But it still tastes good. It's a very moist cake. The ganache kind of traps in the moisture. The jam is good. Maybe could have used a little more jam. But yeah, these taste pretty good. Alright, if you like this video, maybe consider liking it and subscribing. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.